kids. Today we're going to talk about maps. The world is so big, you can go so many places. But if you've ever been on a trip, you know that you have to have all the places that you want to go to mapped out so you don't get lost. So let's say we're gonna go from here at church to your house, or from your house to your school, or what about from your house to Walt Disney World? Yay! Now, if you were to take an airplane, somebody else is piloting for you. But this time, we are gonna go on a road trip. Which roads would you take? Which highway? Which street would you turn on? Where would you stop for gas? Where would you plan to rest? Have you ever thought of our lives being like a map? We like to have everything we do planned out for the future, right? Where would we go to school? Where do we want to live? What do I want to be when I grow up? But sometimes, instead of a place we can pinpoint on a map, we're left with a big question mark. God does not always give us the answers to all of those questions right away. The world is so big, and there are lots of places that we can choose to live, or even go to school, or go on vacation. Sometimes we just don't know where that will be. Does that mean we have to worry? No. God is always taking care of you, and He will reveal the next stop on your journey in His own time. The Bible says in Jeremiah 29 verse 11, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord." Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. So how many of you have plans for the future? What do you want to be when you grow up? What's the next school you're going to go to? Where are you going to live? Where do you want to go on vacation? Well, as I just told you, God has plans for you too. Sometimes God's plan for your life is not what you would normally do or what you plan to do. What if you normally would sit with your friends at lunch, but today, God said, go and make some new friends. You may not always want to do it at first, but then you'll come to realize that God's plan is always the best plan. What if you ended up making a new friend who didn't have any? You brought some light into somebody's day. Isn't that a wonderful thing? God's plan is for you to be a good person, for you to have good things, and possibly to go nice places. Where will your map take you? What do you want to be when you grow up? A doctor? A lawyer or a judge? A musician? Play beautiful music? Or even a singer? An architect? An engineer? A chef? Or even a teacher, teaching the great minds of the future. A pastor. your plan is, talk to God about it. Make sure that it's also in line with what He plans for you, and you can go so far. Remember, you can do anything, you can be anything, because God is with you. So next time you look at a map, remember, God is looking at one too. The map of your life, even if you don't know where you're going yet. If you listen close, God will tell you where your next stop is. Enjoy the ride. P.S. I hope it's Walt Disney World. It's time to pray. Bye-bye now, future nurses and doctors, and lawyers and judges, future singers and musicians. Have a great day, teachers. Farewell, Pastor Uba. That's my cousin.